Hey, the picks are in, and the Ravens have a new lineup of what seem to be strong players. Joining us this morning is the NFL chick. She is sweet. Sarita Hubbard gives us the insight all the time on the newest and the latest and what's going on. And this time we're talking, of course, big picks here. Welcome.
Thank you.
Well, it looks like I'm not saying looks like because you look tired, where we're talking about how we're both feeling a little tired, but you have good reason to be, right? You've
Yes.
been watching those picks. And
Yes, went to the draft, so I just got back yesterday. So, I always go every year. It's always a great experience.
Yeah, and it kind of gives you, obviously, insight. What are your thoughts? Well, I guess we were thinking maybe offense, especially in the tackle position. Not so. Why?
A lot of people thought that the Ravens was going to get Morgan Moses, the right tackle, and get him in the second round, and they didn't. They went defensively. Their first 3 picks actually were defensive players. But you can say that the first pick, C.J. Mosley, was probably the most safe pick. He's a very good inside linebacker coming out of Alabama, and he's going to be a good force for this team. They lost Jameel McClain in the offseason. They have Arthur Brown, which we really don't know what he can do, and Darryl Smith is 32 years old. So they needed some youth in the linebacker position.
And so, Mosley, what are your thoughts on him? How soon will all that come into play?
I think he'll be good. I think that Alabama is known to have guys come into the league and not really produce, but I think he may change that. So we already have 2 Alabama players, and I think now this will be the guy that people will say, okay, I think he's the real deal.
Yeah, and we see, he's definitely made a name for himself. We see some of the video of his highlights. How about, let's get back to that offense. What's the deal? How are we going to plug the gap there for that tackle position?
Well, the Ravens are one of the best teams in the league that deals with the casualty cap that's coming up in June. There'll be guys that'll be cut, and the Ravens will look into that. There's also free agents that's still out there, like a guy named Eric Winston that worked with Gary Kubiak in Houston before. So there's options there. We would have liked for them to draft someone. They didn't do that. So we have to assume that their next big thing is to get someone that will be cut in June.
Okay, now, so as you're looking into your crystal ball, what do you see all of this? What are some of any surprises, or are you pretty much predictability of how this is all going to play out?
It played out really well, and actually with the draft, it did a really good job. They got a free safety out of Florida State, Terrence Brooks. That's what they needed big time, so now he's going to be next to Matt Elam. And it'll be a really youthful tandem, but I think that it could have the potential to be a very good tandem. Offensively, I think the Ravens are pleased with what they have, and I think that, again, they'll look into salary cap to see if someone will let someone go, and that way they'll solidify their offensive line.
Do you think all these moves, ultimately fans want to know how soon and how quick is it all going to play out for us?
Sure, of course we want to know if it's going to work out. Some of these guys are projects. They may not make the team, but I think that the Ravens do a really good job of keeping guys, particularly in the middle rounds, 3 to 5, that can produce and be productive for this football team. So I'm excited to see what they can do.
Yeah, we're going to have you back. Of course, we always put you in the hot seat, and then we say, remember when we talked about this and that, and you said that. So we'll see, but thanks for always giving us the insight into what's happening, and thanks for bringing it along to us.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.